Hey guys, Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review. It has been a long time actually because I was on the IFA, also with this smartphone here, and today I'm back to present you the iNew L4. As always, there's a link down below in the description, so if interested just go there and check it out. Now you will ask me, what's so special about that smartphone? Now actually not too much, except of it's very cheap, 130 euros, so low budget segment. And it comes with a 5000 mAh battery. I've measured the capacity, I will show you the result a bit later. The capacity is real, the battery lifetime is outstanding, but the performance of this device is kinda low. So not for the high-end Android users, so for the entry-level users, if you do not do a lot of multitasking, it is okay, but for me it's a little bit too slow. So yeah, I would say let's get directly started, let's have a look at the specs, and if you're interested in this phone, then just check out the link down below in the description. Then now, let's go guys! Alright, so there we go, let's recap the specs quickly. 5.5 inches HD, display not the best quality, but definitely okay. MTK 6735, unfortunately only running at 1 GHz, it's a quad-core SoC. Now I was on the IFA and I saw phones really running at 1.3 and 1.5 GHz, so it seems to be that there are different hardware revisions and that's the 1 GHz model. Now it has quad band on GSM, it has triple band on WCDMA, and it has B1, B3, B7 and B20 as FDD-LTE frequencies. It comes unfortunately only with 1 GB of RAM, which is really not a lot for Android 5.1. It also comes with 16 GB of ROM, which is definitely okay, a 13 megapixel rear camera, which is okay, and a 5 megapixel front-facing camera. So well, that are the specs, and now I would say let's open up the box and let's see what we've got inside. Oh yeah, now there we go, let's just check out what we can find inside of the box, and first of all, let's get started here with the quick starter guide. Well, it's multi-language, actually just 4 languages, and a couple of pages in each language tells you how to switch it on, how to remove the back cover, how to insert the SIM card, so really nothing special in here. Then it comes with a warranty card. That's pretty cool, I mean you can fill this out, but when you have a problem you cannot send it back directly to the factory, so you have to send it back to the dealer anyway. So the warranty card is probably kinda useless, but it is included in here and this makes the product really look better because, well, a warranty card from a Chinese product. Okay, then let's have a look at the headset right over here. So you can see it's an in-ear headset with remote control and microphone. And honestly, I have to say, I haven't tested that particular headset, but I know that headset. So basically it gets rebranded, they put their logo on there, but I have a lot of those headsets. And I tested one from Ligu, whatever, when I was traveling home from Berlin. Actually it looked exactly the same, just with a different logo. And regarding the quality, I mean, I wanted to listen to music, so I was happy that I had a headset. But the overall sound quality was just like on $5 headsets from Amazon, so really not the best, but it's working. Then here we have a micro USB cable, it's 60 centimeters long, so something like that, and you can connect your phone with that to the charger. You can use it with the OTG cable to charge another device or just to connect it to the computer. Quality really kinda okay. OTG cable, quality of it, well, normal, could maybe be better, and you see it's actually a micro USB connector to an USB port, and basically with that you can connect game controllers, you can connect mass storage, the flash drives to your smartphone, or you can just connect in micro USB cable and then just charge another smartphone. So the iNew L4 can be used as a power bank. It has a massive battery inside. You just connect the micro USB OTG cable to micro USB, and then you can charge other devices as long as the voltage is high as the other battery and you have capacity left. Alright, yeah, here you can see a silicone rubber case, so it's kind of brown. Here's some nice pattern on the inside, and here a cutout for the buttons. Honestly, I haven't used it because the phone is already very big, and I didn't want to make it bigger with that case here, and the phone seems to be kind of stable even though it's made out of plastic, so I didn't want to test that rubber case. Alright, that's basically everything you can find here inside of the box. Comes pretty well packed in a lot of smaller sub boxes, as you can see, and now I would say let's just go and let's have a closer look at the smartphone. Okay, now if you have any concerns about the battery, I can definitely tell you the capacity is real. So well, I have here a milliamp counter, and basically what it does, it counts the milliamp hours. So you see the counter is at 4556. But well, you have to do some calculation, otherwise this is not correct. Now this is at 5 volts and it's better to calculate with watt hours. That means we have to multiply that with 5 and then divide it by 3.8 because that's the battery voltage. Then we get something like 5900 and then you have to multiply it with the efficiency. So it's something between 80 to 90% because the charging circuit, you know, it loses energy there. So if you then multiply this with 0.8, you end up with around 5000 milliamp hours. So the capacity is definitely true and the battery lifetime on that phone is really outstanding. Then here's just a quick look at the charger, which I forgot to show you because I'm already very tired today. But well, on the output it's 1.5 amps at 5 volts. The maximum current I could drain was 1.38 amps, so that's very close to 1.5. But it's a very solid charger. You can see here the USB port, so it's really straight in. Looks pretty good, there are no gaps. It comes with the correct power socket connector for my country. And the charger itself looks like kinda nice quality, so I'm really happy with the charger quality. And it charges the device kind of fast. It's not 2 amp quick charge, but 1.5 amp is also okay. So in a couple of hours you can actually charge the battery, and as I've said before, the battery capacity is definitely real. Alright boys and girls, then now let's have a look at this device here, and as you can see we have capacitive touch buttons, but there is no backlight, or at least it wasn't working for me. Then there's a black bar around the display. Now on the right and left side the frame is around 4mm and at the bottom and top side it's less, so like 2mm. Now the display looks kinda good, HD resolution, nice colors, even though the viewing angles could be a little bit better in my opinion. But well, that's basically the front side, and now let's zoom a little bit in so I can show you the top and all the sensors you can see there, but please don't mind the rainbow effect, it's not the display, it's my camera. Now at the top of this little baby here we have the front facing camera, should be 5 megapixels, quality, yeah, it's okay. Then here left from that there's a small dot, and that's the notification LED, only lights up in red so far. Left from that we have light and proximity sensor, and in the middle we have the earpiece. Now the call quality really kinda okay, the earpiece could be a bit better, but it's definitely normal and in the price range really okay. Now to me it looks and feels like the whole phone would be made out of plastic, and on the right side of the frame you can find the volume rocker and the power button. And iNew actually somehow advertises it as a metal aluminum alloy frame, at least in some of their pictures, and well, I can definitely confirm the outer frame here is made out of plastic. I'm not sure about the inner frame, but it doesn't really feel like metal to me, and the phone is kinda heavy, but that's probably due to the size and the big battery. So I think it's completely made out of plastic. Now at the top of the phone you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which you can see right over here, headset included as we've seen before, and here the micro USB port to charge it or to connect it to the computer, and this port also supports OTG. But as you can see here, if you have a look at the phone from this side, the camera is coming a little bit out of the device, and yeah, that doesn't look so good to me. Now the bottom side of the device is not so fancy, so basically we just have here the bottom microphone, which is the one and only microphone, and here you can barely see the slot here to remove the back cover, so go in there with your fingernail and just peel off the damn back cover. Alright, even though it looks like it would be metal, the whole frame here is made out of plastic. I just scratched it and I can definitely confirm the frame is plastic. Not sure about the inner shell, but I don't think that it is metal. Now the back cover comes in a fake leather look, as you can see, and here on the back side we have the 13 megapixel rear camera with the single LED flash, the iNew logo here in the middle, and well, the back cover looks maybe at the first look like leather, but it feels really kinda cheap, and at the bottom of the back cover we have the speaker grid for the single speaker, as you will see a bit later. Oh yeah, now let's go and let's remove the back cover to have a look at the internals, and you can do it right over here, so just go in there with your fingernail and peel off the back cover. Now it's a normal plastic back cover, absolutely nothing special in here, no NFC antenna or whatever, because there is no NFC. And here you can see that massive battery, so actually it's a normal lithium-ion battery pack, but it has that kind of shielding plate, metal plate, over it. You can see here the sticker with the IMEI numbers too, because it's dual SIM. You can see here we have one micro SIM card slot and here one regular sized SIM card slot, and here's a micro SD card slot. My 64GB SD card is in there, works without a problem, not sure about 128, but I cannot confirm it right now. Now at the bottom here we have the speaker quality, not really so good. It says your battery capacity 5000 milliamps, absolutely correct. At the top the 30 megapixel rear camera, the single LED flash, which is kinda good. You will see later a quick test in the darkness. And yeah, as you can see, you cannot remove the battery, but replacing it is actually easy. So you just remove all the screws, you lift off that plastic plate, and then you can just get out that aluminum plate or metal plate here, and also just unclip the battery, which is connected with an flex cable, and then you can change the battery if you want to. Alright guys, so this is the device here from the inside, and that's basically everything. So here you can see it once again in my hands. It's really big. Now if it hangs up, what happened like 3 times to me last week, then you just keep pressing the power button and the volume down button. You have to press that, and after that it will reboot. But if you only press the power button, it won't reboot. Okay guys, that's it, and now let's jump into Android and let's have a look at the iNew L4. Oh yeah, there we go, we're now here in Android 5.1 on the iNew L4. And yeah, OTAs are working, so I did an OTA just 10 minutes ago, and well, it was almost crashing the system, so rebooting or booting into the recovery can be a little bit tricky on that phone, so just keep that in mind. But now we run the latest software revision, and we can have a look here at the settings, and we can go all the way down here to about the phone, and here you can see that it is running Android version 5.1. And well, OTAs are quite frequently, so the last OTA was 2 weeks ago, and now the next OTA, so this is actually a good thing. Okay, so you see it's Lollipop, and here at the top you have the wireless update, so they are definitely working, that's really great. Then now let's go quickly here through the settings, and let me give you my feedback. So here you can see Wi-Fi, and I have to say the Wi-Fi connectivity is absolutely great. This is the router which is in the next room, so my home network, and this is the router of my neighbor. So I do not always find my neighbor's network, but as you can see I do find it on this phone, so Wi-Fi seems to be pretty good. And here I'm connected to my home network. I'm using the 2.4 GHz band, 65 Mbits with excellent signal strength. Okay, then let's have a look at Bluetooth. Now, I've just used it with my car radio. Oh, sorry, there we go. And it worked actually kinda good. Then here we have HotNot, and HotNot, it's something like NFC, but it's Mediatek's own feature. It basically allows data exchange when the screen touches another device's screen, but it only works between MTK devices, so HotNot able devices, and it's not really a nice thing because it's not compatible with NFC. Okay, then let's have a look here at more, and here you can see the usual stuff, so tethering, portable hotspots, blah blah blah. If we have a look at display settings, then you can see that mirror vision is in there and it's working. That's also a great thing. And well, here we also have in the display settings the proximity sensor calibration and the G sensor calibration, so if you have any problems with the sensors. Now let's have a look at storage, and you see my SD card is working perfectly nice, so 64 GB are detected. You can change the default write disk, and you have one big partition. Now I've used the SD card from the beginning, so there's almost nothing in phone storage, and you see you have around 10 GB of usable space when you unpack the phone. So 6 GB are occupied by the ROM and everything. Okay, then let's have a look at the battery stats. And honestly, the battery lifetime really depends on what you're doing with the phone, but I can tell you I was on the ether, and I used that phone for 3 days without charging. And I took photos. I was surfing in the internet just with Wi-Fi because, you know, it's a different country. I had 3G off. Just switch it on from time to time, and really I could use that phone for 3 days. And if you're a hardcore user, 2 days, no problem. Because the chipset, so the CPU is running at only 1 GHz, and you have a massive battery. Also it's in 720p screen, so not full HD, and you get incredible good battery lifetime. It really depends on the usage, but 3 days are possible on the iNew L4. Okay, then let's have a look at apps running in the background. That's maybe also a little bit interesting, and there we go. You see it's kind of slow. I was just tapping, then it went already to the apps, and I was tapping again because I thought, it didn't work. And sometimes it also hangs up, so for me it did hang up 3 times in 2 weeks or something like that, or last week. And when it hangs up, you press the power button and the volume down button to reboot the phone. Okay, here you can see the RAM consumption. So currently we have 550 megabytes of free RAM, and the memory consumption of the system, it's 160 plus 230 by the background apps. But it hangs up from time to time if you do really heavy multitasking, so that's something I do not really like, but let's see if the system gets even more optimized. But 1 gigabyte of RAM and the slow CPU, it's not really the best for Android 5.1 Lollipop. Now, the ROM itself, it's really clean, there are no Chinese apps, and yeah, there were some apps pre-installed like WeChat. I mean, I'm not using WeChat, also WhatsApp was pre-installed, I think, and honestly, I like to install the apps on my own just for safety reasons, and yeah, it shouldn't be a problem to go to the Play Store and just update the apps, because you also don't get the latest version here. But Play Store comes pre-installed. We can have a look here at language and input, and here you can see that it's running an Android multi-language pack, and it's not the full Android language pack, but you see it's quite complete, and there are a lot of different languages in there. So most languages are in there, just some things are missing, like for instance Germany, so German in Switzerland or whatever, so just some small languages are missing, but not really something you should be worried about. Okay, then let's go back here. Backup and reset in there, scheduled power on and off, accessibility, but as you can see there are no gestures in there. So yeah, very basic, so just what you expect from an AOSP ROM. But it's a little bit customized, as you can see, so different icon packs, but that's basically it. So there is not a lot of customization. It's very nice because stock launcher, just a different icon pack, and that's basically it. That's the whole iNew L4. Then we can have a look at all the basic things, so I can quickly show you how that looks like. First of all, the Android status bar. So in here we have the quick toggles, and the display brightness, it can be kind of bright, so this is almost too bright for indoors, and you can also read the display outside. It's not a high-end panel, but it looks quite okay. The viewing angles, yeah, it changes the color just a little bit, so not a really high-end display, but it's definitely great. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi network, so that's working. Bluetooth right over here, airplane mode, then here auto rotation, flashlight, we'll test it a little bit later, GPS, hot knot, and data connection. Okay guys, now that's basically everything we can find here inside of the Android status bar. Let me adjust the brightness, otherwise it's too bright for the camera. Then now let's have a look at the dialer APK right over here. Let's try to call some very famous number here, and let's talk a little bit about the call quality. And there we go, here comes the speaker, and the speaker is really loud, so you can hear it. So at least here in the call. And well, the sensors are also working. As you can see, it shuts off the display, sometimes a bit slow, but it is working. Oh, somebody picked up the call. I really hate that because it's a child hotline or whatever, and yeah, I think they now know me because I'm calling them almost every day. But well, regarding the quality of the earpiece, definitely okay. Call quality, no issues, so the antenna layout seems to be really good. I'm currently indoors in my basement, and as you can see I have 3G, almost full signal, so signal quality is really good. I had no issues so far. We can have a quick look here at the menu to go here through the applications, and if you want to see the launcher, so it's just a basic launcher here. For sure, as always, you have wallpapers, widgets, settings, so nothing special in here. Here we have the menu, and we just had a look at the dialer APK. I can also show you later the keyboard in the browser, but I would say let's get directly started and let's have a look here at the camera application. Now, it's raining outside, so not a good idea to go outside, but I can show you the camera application in here. Now, rotation works, camera is really not laggy, and the tap autofocus is working, just the sound it makes, it's absolutely disgusting. I hate that sound, so you should definitely switch it off. The tap autofocus is kind of fast, maybe a close-up here on the package too. And you see that also works. Now there we go. And we have video mode. Here's the shutter. Shutter a little bit slow, but it's okay. We can switch it to the front-facing camera. So, hello guys, and oh, I came out of the shower, so it looked like shit, but Front-facing camera is okay, it's not really wide angle, so it's a little bit hard to get myself here on the picture, but it's okay. Then let's have a look at the settings so we can see the maximum picture size of the front-facing camera. And there we go, and here you can see the maximum picture size, it's 5 megapixels, and in preview, so in preview size, if we switch it to full screen, you can see it's also 5 megapixels. So that's really great, it doesn't drop down. Okay, then let's switch back to the rear camera. Where's the damn button to do that? Cannot see it anymore. That's something I hate a little bit about that camera application. I think you have to tap somewhere and then it appears again. Oh well. Fucking shit. Oh yeah, here it is. You have to tap at the menu. And now we are back on the rear camera. We can have a look at the settings here too. So here are all the manual settings, no shutter delay also. And here you can see the picture size, 13 megapixels, also in full screen. And in photo free it's also 13 megapixels, so that's a pretty good thing that it doesn't drop down to 9.5 or whatever. The video quality is now set to fine, and now I would say I will show you some sample videos. And don't forget that you can find all the sample pictures on chinadevices.com. So the picture quality, in my opinion, it's not too bad, it's average, and for a cheap smartphone like this it's kinda okay, but it always depends on what you like, and just check out the pictures on China Devices. So really raw quality, you can check out the aperture, you can check out the megapixels, you can zoom in to check out the outer borders, whatever you want to, the colors. So make sure you just go to China Devices, link is down below, and check out the pictures. But now you will see a sample video from the rear camera and the front-facing camera. Now ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick back camera video test with the iNew L4, and well, the quality looks average to me, not really much more. Lighting adjustment, as you can see, works, and we're here on my balcony, and well, you always wanted to see things which are more far away, like here the house is in the background, so I can focus on them. The lighting adjustment works actually pretty good. Also, the white balance looks good, same goes here for the colors. Whoops, let's drop the smartphone, no, just joking. But it looks a little bit blurry here in preview on the smartphone, so probably also the quality won't be that good on the computer. But just check it out for yourself right now if it's enough for you, or well, if it's bad for you. It really depends, so it's really in the eye of the beholder, so if you like the video quality or not. For me it's really not much more than average, and you can now just check out here this raw video quality. But I would say let's have a look at some close-ups, but here's actually nothing, so let me quickly go downstairs so I can show you some close-ups. And there we go, here's the camera in low light situations. You can see it's really noisy, so high ISO rate, a little bit laggy, but the LED flash is currently on and it's very strong. You see the focus works, I'm not focusing on the screen, so that looks really kinda good. And in low light situations it will be very noisy, but with the LED flash, which is kinda strong, you can also record videos in low light situations, but probably not the best quality when it's completely dark, and it will be kinda laggy. Now regarding the close-ups, I just want to quickly show you my gun collection right over here. So, well, let's have a closer look at maybe at the Glock here. And there we go. And what I really like is that the macro distance, it's around 6 to 7 centimeters, and you can focus perfectly nice. So here also on the surface of the grip, which is a really hard job actually. Now 5 to 7 centimeters macro distance, so that's looking really great so far. Also the colors and everything, that looks good, and the tap autofocus does a pretty good job. Okay, that was some close-ups, and now let's switch to the front-facing camera. Oh yeah, now here's a quick look at the front-facing camera of the iNew L4, and oh, it's not really wide angle, so I have to hold it quite far away from my body to get myself on the picture. Like around 70 centimeters, so one full arm length here to really get myself on the picture. Could be a little bit more wide angle, just not like on my S6, which I really like. Now what you will notice, if I move the camera, it really distorts the picture, so I just look very slim, just like a fish. Sorry for the glasses, but I'm still very drunk from yesterday and I need the glasses, otherwise I look like a zombie. Okay, things in the background. Maybe let's go back here a little bit. And yeah, in the background looks quite okay, so in preview, at least in preview, I can see all the plants there. Maybe it looks kind of different on the computer, but front-facing camera is okay for me. I do not take selfies so often, so the front-facing camera for sure could be better, but also for the low price, I mean, what do you expect? and just check out the quality here for yourself, if it's enough for you or not. I try not to cover the microphone, so yeah, it's on the left side, I didn't cover it, that's great. And well, front-facing camera on the iNew L4 could be better, and hopefully does not distort the picture here too much, also on the computer. Alright guys, that's the front-facing camera. So I've just checked out the pictures on the computer once again, and it was advertised with a 2.0 aperture, but actually it's shooting right now with a 2.2 aperture, so all the pics are 2.2. Now in 4:3 mode it looks really great actually, so more than average. In 16:9 you will see the outer borders, they look kinda blurry, but just check out the pictures on chinadevices.com. So for the low price I think the camera is quite okay, but in low light situations, well, it doesn't look really good. Okay, we just had a look at the camera and the video quality, which is, yeah, average. Here you can see also FM radio, which is working with the headset attached as antenna. It comes with Google Apps and the Play Store pre-installed, so I can show you quickly the Play Store latest version. You just log in with your Google account and there you go. So you also notice it if you have a look at the scrolling speed and the trends, so the animations there. You see the phone is a little bit slow, and well, if you do heavy multitasking, it can also hang up. Okay, it comes with Smart Wake pre-installed, so basically in there it does double tap to wake up and off-screen gestures. So you can draw something on the screen, this opens up the application. So this is also in the ROM, I didn't install it. We have Direct also here, then some apps I've installed, Facebook, all the benchmark apps. Then WeChat was also pre-installed. I'm actually not using it. It comes with a theme manager, so basically you can switch here between different theme packs, so different icon packs, and also there are different wallpapers inside. So it's not really customized, just a different theme and that's it. And it also comes with Xender pre-installed, so this is something to share your data over Wi-Fi with just one click or something like that. Honestly, I've never used Xender and I think I never will use Xender. Okay, that's basically it. That are all the things we can find here inside of the menu and the whole UI and everything, so I just showed you that. And now I would suggest we're going to do a speaker test, maybe an LED flash test, GPS test, and after all this you will hear my final conclusion about the iNew L4. The lights are off now, and now let's test the LED flash. So there we go, let's activate the flashlight, and this is really bright. I can just quickly show you here the LED flash and just look at the light coming out of here. It's really strong, and oh holy crap, it hurts in my eyes. And it's yeah, you see it's some cool white, it's not some warm white, so it looks a little bit blue, but I actually like that. I don't like warm LEDs. And we can just have a quick look at the camera application. We can just try to take a picture, and there we go. So it's completely dark here in my room. Oh, fail. I forgot to activate the LED flash. Yeah, how does this work here? I really don't like the menu here in the camera application. Maybe let's switch it to the normal mode. And here's the LED flash. Okay, we were in a different mode. And yeah, let's capture another picture. And you see, that's really bright. And I can just show you here the picture. No black borders here. Okay, it's not so far away from my phone, but I have to say the LED flash really kind of bright and looks good. Here's a quick speaker and movie test on YouTube, no copyright sounds, and let's try to play back that song here. There we go. Now the speaker is really loud, but it's lacking of bass and a little bit of clarity, so just listen for yourself. But I really have to say it's really loud. When I play back my MP3s, it's even louder than here on YouTube, and from the loudness it's really okay for me, but it lacks of bass in my opinion and a little bit clarity. But so far, yeah, you did hear that sounded a little bit strange. So the quality could be a bit better, but definitely okay for the low price. Alright, so I'm now driving here through my town, so Stammersdorf, Vienna Ghetto, and we're testing here GPS. And well, the MTK 6735, now Mediatek says some of the chipsets support GLONASS, so the higher clocked models. This is the 1 GHz model, and so far all devices I had, they did not support GLONASS. But well, we have here 11 satellites in view and 11 in use, and the GPS signal looks quite decent for the MTK 6735. I had phones like the Yukitel U8, and the GPS signal with the same chipset was kind of terrible, probably because of the body, which was made out of steel or metal or whatever. And well, the GPS performance here is kind of okay. Now it's a bit cloudy, not much, just a little bit. and the GPS signal is quite okay. We're currently driving here around, so we have a couple of green bars and we really have all the 11 satellites in view. Currently driving 30 kilometers per hour, accuracy is 50 feet. We can also have a look at the Android's GPS application, because a lot of you guys are using that too, so to compare it with other phones, for instance. And well, as you can see right now, also here 11, oh fuck, holy crap, the camera, sorry. You can see here we have 11 satellites in use, so that's basically the thing here in the left bottom corner. And the accuracy when I'm driving 30 kilometers per hour is around 70 meters. We can also drive a little bit faster. Just let me hold the camera, and there we go. And you see it goes up 25, 30, oh, people on the road. I hate it so fucking much. And there we go, 25, 30, 40. So you see accuracy goes up with the speed, as always. And usually when I'm driving highway speed, so 130, 120, I have a accuracy of 50, 60, 70 meters, depending on my position. Alright, so GPS is not the best if you compare it to high-end phones, but for phones with that chipset, so the MTK 6735, it does a pretty good job, and the antenna layout is not too bad. Otherwise we wouldn't get a lot of green bars in the GPS test application, and we do not have the best weather conditions today, but you can see the sky, so it's actually okay. And here's the real-life navigation test in Cyjik. So we're currently driving to Stephansplatz in the city center of Vienna. And well, the accuracy is actually quite good. I'm using here Cyjik. And well, we're not taking the road here to the left, which is actually quite accurate because we passed it right now. So we're taking a different road. We're accelerating. Let's see how long it takes to reroute, or if we can confuse the navigation software, but nope, it reroutes after 10 seconds, so this is absolutely normal. Usually it's something between 10 to 15 seconds here in Cyjik. Just some other phones I've had, they took longer, like Yukitel U8, same chipset, but very bad GPS performance. Okay, then let's drive here to the left. Let's see how accurate that is. And I can tell you, I have used GPS in Germany, so when I was traveling to the IFA, and it worked pretty well. So I couldn't confuse the GPS. It also worked in a different country, so Germany, and here in Austria. So yeah, in Central Europe, it works pretty good. Now, when there's bad weather, GPS can get a little bit jumpy. Today we have average weather conditions, but when it was rainy, I cannot reproduce that right now, but I can tell you, it was kind of jumpy and sometimes lost the connection. So it wasn't the best GPS performance, but when you have normal weather conditions, you shouldn't have a problem with GPS here on the iNew L4.
So finally the benchmarks are finished, and here's the outcome. Geekbench free test 476 single core, 1322 multi-core. Not really impressive. You can see it's Android 5.1, but as you will see later, it's just a 32-bit version, so it's not a 64-bit ROM. And here you can see it's the MTK 6735P running at only 988 MHz with 928 MB of RAM. Okay, so we can just check out the same here in Antutu to check out also the Antutu score, and the L4 scores 20,000 points. That's very common for the MTK 6735 with 1 GHz. Here you can see it's Android 5.1, but only 32-bit, so no 64-bit support, HD display, 13.3 megapixel camera, here the space, and yeah, the CPU actually supports 64-bit, it's quad-core, but the ROM is only 32 bits, HD display, 320 dots per inch. And yeah, maybe the sensors, and there's also an magnetometer sensor in there, but actually it doesn't show any values, so it's not working at all. Okay, yeah, that's Antutu. Then we can have here a look at CPU set, so there we go. So now here in CPU set, and as you can see, it's the Mediatek MT6735. The only bad thing, it's only running at 988 MHz, scaling governor interactive. We can just have a look here at the device info. 320 dots per inch HD display, 928 MB of total RAM. Probably the dots per inch I'm wrong because it shows the wrong screen size.
Here's system settings, and you see there is no root access by default. And maybe let's have a look at thermal, or fucking ads, and here you can see that the maximum temperature currently it's 46 degrees. Now once I got battery overheat issue, and you can choose to dismiss or snooze, and yeah, I've used it for navigation, and I had it on the windshield, and the sun was shining really strong. So if the sun is shining directly onto the back of the phone, then put it away, because the battery could overheat. That can happen. Happened once to me. You see here the sensors, all the sensors are working except of the magnetometer sensor. Okay, that's regarding CPU set. Here's the multi-touch tester, it's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen, working really good so far. Here's speed test, and it supports 4G LTE, but I only have 3G, but I've got amazing speeds also on 3G, maximum 26 Mbits, as you can see that was on 3G, and almost 4 Mbits upload, and a nice ping between 40-42 milliseconds, which is a very nice thing. Okay, last but not least, let's have a quick look here at the sensor box. So you can see the sensors. We have accelerometer, light sensor, orientation sensor, proximity sensor, sound sensors, a microphone, and the magnetic sensor, which doesn't show any values. So this sensor is not working at all, and it's just a fake sensor. Okay, that are the benchmarks, and now I would say let's do a quick gaming test in Modern Combat 5. Well, for sure the gaming performance really depends on the game you're going to play, but if you're into heavy 3D games like Modern Combat 5, then this is really a slideshow. I mean, just check this out, it's really hard to play because we don't have a lot of FPS. Now, casual games, 2D games, it's no problem at all, but if you're really into heavy 3D gaming, then just check this out here. So, it's not a lot of fun because you really have a lot of FPS drops. Now, I could show you a million of games, but it really depends on the game you want to play. I would say slight 3D games, so 2D games, no problem at all, but graphic intense 3D games like Dead Trigger, Real Racing, Modern Combat 5, you won't have a lot of fun with the smartphone. Well guys, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the iNew L4. Now for the low price of €130 you get a phone with Powerbank function, let's say it like this because it's not really much more, and the performance for me as heavy Android user it's too slow. For entry-level Android users it could be okay. So the 1GHz quad-core is really not the fastest one, only scores 20k in Antutu, and it's the 1GB RAM model, so you're very limited in multitasking. RAM is easily full, 1GB of RAM is really not a lot. There will be a 2GB version, but well, with the same chipset it won't be a lot better. So as I've said before, for heavy Android users probably too slow. For entry-level Android users who do not do multitasking, it could be okay. Then regarding the design, now they said it's probably aluminum or whatever, but nope, it's just plastic. It's kind of thick with 1 centimeter to 10mm, also kind of heavy and big, so just keep that in mind. But well, it comes with a huge battery, which is just great because you can use the OTG function. Here's just a little demonstration. You see the LED on my S6 Edge is on, so it's charging, and it's charging from the device. You can use also other things like USB drives and whatever. Now, really cool thing. The build quality, yeah, kinda okay, plastic but really okay. Now, very good reception on 3G, I couldn't test 4G, but GPS and Wi-Fi, very good antenna layout, so far I'm really happy. Cameras are quite okay, even though front-facing camera could be better. Rear camera quite good in 4:3 mode, in 16:9 out of order is a little bit blurry. Yeah, gaming performance very low, so if you're into gaming, hands off from this device here. But if you really like it, like you just want to have a simple Android device to check your mails or whatever, or just do social networking, then it's really good, because I could use it on the electronics fairs on the IFA for 3 days without charging. I didn't need a power bank, I was just running around with that phone, and I could yeah, just send messages, take pictures, and that's a really great thing, because you don't need to carry around a power bank, your phone is the fucking power bank. Okay, now that was my review of the iNew L4. Regarding the cons, as I've said before, also the battery overheated once, and the system was sometimes just crashing, so it did hang up. But OTAs are working. Let's see if they improve the ROM a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to the 2GB version or to another iNew product with maybe a high-end chipset, because I really like the idea behind the THL5000 with octa-core and huge battery, or the Elephone P5000, which also had a really better chipset than here, this quad-core 1GHz chipset. Alright, so you can find a link down below in the description if you're interested in that little baby here. Thank you so much for watching this review, thanks for all your support, and now I need to go to sleep because I definitely need sleep. Alright, so have a nice day and bye bye, see ya.